Hi there, and welcome to episode 15 already of Diary of a WoT Noob with me, DieWithYourBootsOn. As you can see, there's been some changes in the garage. We've got some more tanks. I decided to do one of everything, effectively, so I went for a French TD. We've already got the German light, which is going to be a medium later when we've upgraded. We've got an American light, the M2, which I'm hoping to take to the tier 5 lights eventually. We've got the M3 Premium that we earned from during the tutorial. We've still got the T28, and we've got SU-18, which is a tier 2 Russian arty. I've made an amazingly noob mistake, as you'd expect, and the SU-18, I was so intent on getting a win that I played and didn't realise I'd got enough to upgrade it to the 26. How silly is that? I did use the money from the 18 to train the crew from the MS1 and bring them over. That's the money that we saved in the previous promotion when we got half price crew training. I'm going to retrain them again, but this SU has 5 crew members. That's going to be 100,000 to retrain plus 53,000 to buy it, so I need to get 150,000. It's making about 5,000 a game, so I need to play 30 games in it. I've played 16. Here's hoping for some half price crew training this weekend. Meanwhile, what we'll do, we'll research that so we can get it. We're now elite, so we can turn on accelerated crew training wherever that is. Let's go back to the garage, and there it is. So while we're collecting some money, our crew will get better and better. It probably won't make a difference because by the time we've retrained them to 75%, but it saves wasting the XP. So we've played enough games to actually upgrade everything. Got the best engine, there's only one gun, got the best tracks, got the best radio. So let's see how arty goes. This one has very short range. You always have to follow up behind your team to be able to hit anything, and it's a lot slower than most tanks as well, so don't expect too much. Don't get caught because you've got no chance of fighting back. Want to be 3-4 squares behind everybody else and just lob shells in over the top. I don't know if I like arty. It's very, very dependent on how your team plays, and if they play badly, you've got no chance at all. But we'll see how this game goes. Hopefully there will be some go up the road, some go cover the middle. We'll start off in these bushes here and just give support. So pull up somewhere handy. I found out it was shift key to go into SPG mode, and you get this over map satellite view thing. You can zoom out and zoom in just like you do with a normal tank, and you can see we can shoot all the way down to there, which is what, H, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares. It takes quite a long time to aim on stuff. You can see the speed that circle was shrinking, but if you know somebody's still there, why not drop a shell on them? There was no splash. That means it didn't hit the ground apparently, and we hit him, and there he is with 19% less than he started with. Put another one on him. Oh, he's moved.
That was close.
We damaged him, but not for anything worth talking about. And he's unfortunately out of range. There's no point shooting at moving targets, although if he's been tracked... Oh no, he hasn't, he was moving. As you can see, shell flight is a long time, and if they're moving, you've not got much hope of hitting them. Everyone's moving out of our range, so we better move up. Slowly. And in almost 20 kmh. Okay, RTA team has probably just driven off a cliff or something. have noticed in this new version, whenever somebody dies by drowning or falling off a cliff, it's reported as goes up in flames. That 35T is going to be in the open. Oh, we overshot our aim point. The closer you are to things, the more elongated that aiming circle gets as well. And you can see when you get to the edge of your traverse, it suddenly spangs out into a really wide circle like that. I can only guess it's going to be even worse. Right, we've got a whole bunch coming in over this side, so let's see if we can hit them. We can! And they won't see this coming because they're on the far side of the railway embankment. But possibly not for long. So let's start covering the railway embankment. Hope that our little light tank that's rushing over there will light them up so we can put some shells in. Meanwhile, with any luck, the rest of our team will push to their base. There's one. He's slightly covered by that railway truck. You see that the circle changes shape. Although from there we can actually lob it over the truck and maybe hit him. Oh, except he's moved. If he hadn't moved, that would have been a good hit, I reckon. So obviously the trick when playing against Artie... Oh, T-57 got him. He's a lot closer, so he can almost shoot him directly. The trick when playing Artie is to also keep moving. Now we saw a couple of BTs over here. Whether they've run back to help their base? No. Another T-26 fire at will. Overshot him by quite a way. Again, I guess that's because he's on a bit of a back slope. So if I... Oh, there we go. If we miss him by much, we miss him by a lot. And if he stays still for long enough, we might be able to plop another one. And just keep going like that. He's disappeared now. We're going to have to switch directions, help our guys that are going for the cap. There's that BT2 we were looking for. Put a shell in before he moves. And destroy him. That's not bad. So we know there's the T-46 up the other end. And that, is it an M2? Yes, T2MT up on the ridge. There's no way. You can actually use RTView while you're driving to see whether you can hit things, and you'll see the circle creeping up on him. He's just fallen in the water. I think he would have drowned if we hadn't won. So there you are, that's Artie. It's not desperately exciting, it has to be said. Not too much driving around and shooting stuff. If you can get a good team that will keep you covered, you can do a fair bit of damage. You don't earn an awful lot of XP even when you do some damage. I'm guessing that's because you're not very close to your enemy. So you just have to hope to get a good team, get some good shots in. We managed to do 210 points of damage, which isn't an awful lot. But it's 1.5 times our hit points. We helped. We made 4,500 profit, which is a bit lower than usual. But we didn't have any repairs, just ammo costs, a little bit of experience, and that would have gone to help our crew get a little bit better. So that's the Artie. That's the daily double done on the Artie in one go, so that's a result. Now let's have a look at the anti-tank, the tank destroyer, the RenaultFT. We've got a really basic crew in this. We haven't improved it at all. Research-wise, again, we're almost there. We've got 300 for that gun, which we don't actually need. We can get that Renault. This gun, let's see if it gets used in anything else. Just the Renault. But, you know, we've got 100. We could just go straight on. But we'll play a game in this to see how it looks. The first gun in this was very, very poor, with only 20 points of damage at a time, but it fired really quickly. This top gun has got 55 points of damage a time and better penetration, and slightly slower rate of fire. With these guys not being able to hit a barn from very close in, I've been relying on just throwing as many shells at the enemy as possible. Again, from second line, because it's not a fast tank. So rely on the rest of your team to hold them off while you just spam, I believe the technical term is. So, Himmelsdorf, which we're getting to know quite well by now. I haven't played this tank on this map, so I don't really know where to put it yet. But we'll start off over here. I think we'll go and cover that road down the 3 line. Again, with a poor crew, we're not going to hit much, we're not going to spot much, we're going to rely on the rest of our team to show us where the villains are and just put lead down the street in the hope of hitting something. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I guess you can't expect too much of a tier 2 tank and a brand new crew. I would expect my team to be able to drive forwards in a timely manner though. Let's be charitable and assume he had lag issues. In fact, looks like the BT is set up where I was going to go, but there's a villain incoming who has turned down the street. T1 at the far end. There's lots of people shooting at. We'll put one down there. Oh, he's dead anyway. Oh. Rammed by the light tractor. Right, I saw that BT coming down here. We want to get on him before he gets round too far. Somebody else is tracking back as well. If he goes for that hill... Oh, see, you hit him. And that was a miss. But what can you expect? He's coming out again. Just want to be very careful because this is so inaccurate. I could hit anybody in that area, including my teammate. But did my bit to soften him up. He's only the same tier as me, so that's not a brilliant result for me, but it's better than... Okay, bad men down the end. I'm sat in the open, they can see me, that's not good. So let's get out of it a bit. This little tank does tend to bounce quite a lot, I'll give it that. It's got fairly decent front armour, but then also... did. Then you get one of the non-auto cannony things, you get hammered. So auto cannons, stop them. Let's pop out again for another look, see if we can get a line on him. Right, once you're in sniper mode, you've got no turret, so you can't swing round. You have to nudge your left and right. Light tractor pulls out far enough, he's not pulling out far enough. So we'll just hold here for a moment. Maybe nip up just a little bit more. See if we can get a better line on him. There we go. Oh, there we go. And mate behind me is taking him out. It's the T-18. So that's the joy of having two of you shooting at the same target. He didn't get a chance to shoot at me because my teammate shot him. Time to move forwards. Got that guy on our right who's covering the railway yard, so we should be safe from anything there. Looks like we're capping furiously anyway. This is going to be game to us. Unless somebody does something... Yep, there we go, somebody did something heroic. We'll say it was heroic and not stupid. So it didn't look like he drove out, he got shot by a defender, so good defending. It'll be in vain, I think. There's 3 of them and 2 are known. I don't know where the third one is. Possibly went up the hill. There he is, in fact. Got a shot on him. If we can get round in time. We may have a again, you can see we'll only have a shot when he crawls forward to that gap you can see there. If he crawls forward to shoot, we can. I think it's going to be a long wait. And we're not going to get very far with a dead driver, so we'll just in case it all goes horribly wrong, we'll go and back our team up. Not a brilliant battle on my part, but again, with a very poor crew, difficult to do a lot else. A more open battlefield with bushes and things you can hide behind, I've been able to do a bit more with it, but still never that much. We're not even going to get to the base before the cap finishes. We're not even going to get down this street before the cap finishes. A win. We took some damage, but we did some damage. I think we did more than we took. 328 on a double isn't brilliant, and puts me right down at the bottom of the list. That's very sad, very sad. But then we only did 176 points of damage, so it's hardly surprising. Still, more than we received, more than we've got, and we survived, so not bad. And £3 profit. Little bit of experience for the crew, but no, because we haven't turned crew training, but we have got research done, so we can now research that for no particular reason. We've got elite status, but we don't care because we're going to sell it and move on to the Renault. So we'll try the Renault out stock next time.